with this app. If you look at a lot of them, they're making like 10, 12 videos a day, but they're not videos like you're doing, like singing. They're not videos like, they're videos for attention. They're videos calling people out, trying to do cancel culture, trying to share the most popular news story so they can get attention off of it. You know, that kind of stuff. Whatever's trending, that's what they're going to share. Or they hope to get something trending. Like I said, I was a part of that for a short while, unintentionally. When my account blew up back a year and a half ago, people used to look at me as like an alternate Landini. So they would come to me to help and to get a story heard and all this other kind of shit.
Right.
It was stressful.
I believe it. I'm not I don't think I'm anywhere popular enough for that. People usually
you don't want to do it. Trust me.
Laugh. That's my biggest thing. I just want to make people laugh.
Dude, stick with that. Stick with what you're doing. You just be you and do what you're doing. Like, you're doing great.
Definitely.
And just do that. Like, my original content, so I'll tell you, on the Washington Dog Dad page, that's somewhat mostly my original content. But if you're a friend on that page, you're going to be privy to a lot more things than what's to the public. What's to the public is mostly just my hiking videos, funny videos, an occasional call out. That's how my original Washington Dog Dad page was. It was mostly hiking, my dogs. Now I only have one. And like funny stuff and an occasional call out. My honey badger pages, those are the alter egos, and that's what they brought out in me. Because everybody's known me as a honey badger for like 20 years. And I don't know if you've ever seen the original honey badger video with Randall doing the narration, but if you haven't, just go to YouTube and type in the crazy nasty ass honey badger. And that is the video that started me claiming that name. It was a funny thing. It was a fun thing with my friends. It still is 20 some odd years later. And I kind of brought it over to TikTok. I'm like, now you got the honey badger. I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck. They've called my job. They still call my job. My job just lets me know. They're like, hey, just so you know, if you need it for your records, they called again.
So
like,
crazy.
thanks. They've contacted my family. Nikki contacted my nephew when my nephew's baby was going through surgery to his skull, and they were doing a GoFundMe. And Nikki contacted my nephew through the GoFundMe twice, trying to get his attention so she could try to talk to one of my family members. She's a sick individual. She'll deny it, but she also admits it. If you go back on one of her pages or posts, I'm sure she probably still has it in there, where she says, and that poor baby, he needed help and he needed donations. It's like, leave my great nephew alone. Stop stalking my family, you fucking weirdo. And then she cries foul when I find her and I return the energy to her. Then all of a sudden, I'm a pedo for doing that.
I think
but she's the one that's literally going after a 15-year-old boy.
No, that's Jenny Torres. Jenny Torres.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, no, Jenny Torres is literally stalking her. Nikki's best friend, Jenny Torres, is literally stalking my friend Brandy's 15-year-old son and making like sexual comments to him.
I go ahead and tell you, I don't listen to anybody who throws pedo stuff around too much, because that term is thrown around so loosely.
No shit. And it's so dangerous.
Every time somebody doesn't like somebody, it seems like that word comes out.
If you think that that's something, a fucking issue, call the police. It's been how many years, Nikki? Grow the fuck up. Shut your fucking pie hole. Nobody wants to listen to you anymore, Nikki. Log off. If your feelings are hurt, log off. Isn't that what you told me 3 years ago, Nikki?
Exactly.
If your feelings are hurt, log off.
I said the same thing.
Get mental help.
If you don't like something, keep scrolling. You don't have to comment on it.
No, she just can't mind her business, dude.
Like, you don't have to react. I tell my kid all the time, man, I tell him, not everything in life deserves a reaction.
That's true.
Sometimes you got to look the other way and just go on about your life.
Man, you just sounded like what's his name?
If it don't concern you, keep your nose out of it.
Who's the actor that says, all right, all right, all right?
Matthew McConaughey.
You just sounded like him for a minute there.
All right, all right, all right. Yeah, it's the Southern accent. That's what it is.
I lived in Florida for 15 years.
Oh yeah, I lived in Jacksonville for about 4 years.
Right on. And my best friend, who was taken out of this world by a cop, he was removed from this world in 2012, but he was the first long-term relationship I had when I moved down to Florida. When I first moved down there in 92, I met this other guy that we became best friends. Then we kind of dated for a while, but that didn't work. And then the following summer of 94, that's when I met James. And God, he was 20, I was 25, and we dated for like 5.5 years. After we broke up, it was like we had so many of the same friends. We ended up staying best friends until he was taken out of this world. And even like I had left Florida, I went to Alaska, moved back to Connecticut when he was offed, and we were still best friends. And he was from South Carolina and had a super thick accent. When I first met him, he looked at me one time, like I think on our second date or third date, he looked at me, he's like, "You got a hearing problem or something?" I'm like, "No, why?" He's like, "Yo, saying what?" I'm like, "That's because I can't understand your fucking ass." I mean, he cracked up laughing. I think that was what did it.
Yeah. It's funny. I went to England one time, and they a lot of the people in England, they listen. They tell me, hey, slow down. I can't. We don't know what you're saying.
Pronunciate your words.
Uh-huh.
Well, and then they have the English accent over there, so they probably really can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's loud. What's he saying?
But yeah, it's been an interesting day, and I'm sure it'll all die out after this. But at least probably on my side, like I said, it's been quiet. Her and her friends on my side. I don't know what y'all have gotten on y'all's, but
Oh man, it's been. When I tell you it's been 3 years, literally. Oh wait, today's the 24th. Literally today marks 3 years when her friend Uni started the smear campaign against me, and I've posted proof that his former friends had given me about how he lied, all kinds of stuff. None of them have any integrity. None of them care. Even though, like I could tell you, there's this one girl. She always blows my mind. She's a big fake ally too. Her name is Sarah May, and she contacted me at one time, or I contacted her. I can't remember who made the first contact, but she started making some crap videos. I talked with her. I'm like, "Hey, look, this is what's going on." She was like, "If I find out that's true, I'm calling them out." But then she told me that they evidently came back to her and said that if she stood up for me, she was going to be in the line of fire. And she's like, "I can't deal with that right now." I'm not kidding you. To this day, she is like besties with all of them. She has zero fucking integrity. And I called it early on when I said, if I show you the proof, I said, it's going to be very clear, very clear. I said, if you have integrity, you're going to be calling them out. She's like, "How dare you call my integrity into question?" I'm like, "I didn't. I just said, if you have integrity, you'll call them." Clearly, she has none. She has none. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I'm out on a hike.
No, you're fine. Yeah, like I said, it's all for likes and views.
Yeah. At this point, for me, I feel like I've seen so many creators take their own lives because of these people and what they do, and they take zero accountability when they're responsible. Nikki constantly is challenging me and other people to do it, literally challenging us to do it, and that's a dangerous person.
Yeah. The sad part about it is, though, like as bad as you want to fight them, but it's also you have the fact. I'm not saying we shouldn't fight them when I say this now, so don't think it like that. But giving them that attention and pushing people, because every time we repost something, it automatically pushes more people to go see what they're talking about. So then they go over to their page, and we're just pushing them views at the same time. So it's like, how's the best way to fight this?
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is, most people, like one of them, this girl Jenny, she constantly is reaching out to people. She's so desperate for attention.
Right.
I'm sure she's watching this. She's so desperate for attention. She follows all of my followers and all my friend Brandy's followers, and then reaches out to them and tries to convince them that we're horrible people. And she'll send them videos and audios with spliced together audios and crap. And she'll be like telling her own stories to try and convince people that we're these horrible freaking people. But everybody that goes to the page, I'd say 99% of them are like, that lady's crazy. Her own videos show it. Like her own videos show she's stalking Brandy's kid. I think 2 years later she removed, or a year and a few months later, she finally removed the majority of the videos where she had a 15-year-old boy posted and that she was going after. Because she finally realized, oh shit, this makes me look bad.
Wow. Yeah, but yeah, and that's kind of why I don't react to a lot of stuff though, because I never know what the right move is, because you don't want to make these people famous at the same time you're trying to fight them.
True.
Unfortunately, I strongly believe in making people famous.
Yeah.
You what?
Hey.
What did you say, Alan?
I said I believe in making people famous.
Yeah, I want to make Nikki famous. I want to make Nikki famous the way that she doesn't want to be famous. I want to get her on the fucking news. Right. I want to get her on the fucking news. She was already on the newspaper once. That's part of the reason how I was able to verify her real name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because she went after me the same day that she was at the Women's March, and she's like, I'm here at the Women's March to make myself look important. And then she had a picture of her posted. I already was very suspicious. Like I knew her name was like one of three things, and that just confirmed it for me. And she's been a bitter Betty, even more so ever since. She's a character. I've seen literally more than a dozen people on this app that certifiably need to be institutionalized, as far as I can tell. Like they don't hold down real jobs because they're not there.
Right.
And what they do on here shows it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, Jenny doesn't work at all. Nikki has her own cleaning business.
Like I said, it took me forever just to figure out how to respond this morning.
It is bright. I'm going to shut this camera off. Yeah, you know, I remember the first time I was called out by somebody or had a video like that made about me, and it really threw me off too. Like I didn't know how to respond. In fact, it took me a few times of being called out. I've had big creators call me. I just don't care anymore. I mean, I went after a big creator when I was small because she did something foul. I called the judge to get the Grape Day guy taken down. Like I've always not really cared. Right. I've always looked at people as equal no matter what. Like whether you're a judge, whether you're this, whether you're that, you're still a human.
Right.
But I've gotten to a dangerous level of I don't give a fuck, to the point where I have to watch myself.
I guess it wouldn't have floored me so bad if I was one of these people who were constantly on here talking about things that were, you know, things are tense right now, talking about this and that. But I mean, I don't even make videos where I'm talking. So like, I don't talk about things problematic. So I guess that's why it floored me. Like, because like all I do is music. So it just,
You know what? You've got a fairly large following. Nikki's trying to get her following up in the way that she does, because after her taking down, I don't know, maybe almost 100 of my accounts with her and her friends, I'll admit it, I finally got her, whatever it was, 12,000 account taken down. She deserved to have it removed. She doesn't deserve a platform as far as I'm concerned. And I'm sure it wasn't just me, because she upsets a lot of people.
0589, ask him about the folder of children that's not in his computer.
Oh, they're talking about when I fired back at Nikki, because Nikki was posting videos with my mom, my mom's full address, my great nieces and nephews.
Oh,
let's block this person. So we've already talked about that. You're late.
Yeah.
Here,
yeah.
We'll report you. We'll report you after we take some screenshots. I mean, I don't know what. Like, go hang out in your own group. Why are you over here stalking and harassing? You want me to
doesn't even
post
say a
proof?
name. It's just a picture and a line.
I know, it's a faceless person. Why don't you come back on your big boy or big girl account and try and actually talk like a real person? You could have a box, but bring some proof, not just some manipulated videos. And
That's
if
my
it's
thing.
funny or
That was my biggest thing today. It's like, if you're going to preach something and you're going to stand behind what you preach, you better stand behind that through all of your content. Like, because there are people on here who will go through your entire history of ever since you started TikTok and find that one video where you.
I tell you what, these motherfuckers, they've gotten me to a point where I don't do it to people just to do it to people. I do it to the people that have done it to me, and I do it to the people that do it to everybody else, which is usually the same people. Because they get, this is the thing, like these motherfuckers also have committed multiple frauds on this app. Like they constantly committing go fraud me's. They have all brought themselves to my attention. And what they don't like is that especially just being who I am and doing what I do for so many years, I've learned how to do investigation. I do my own investigation on my own computers. I have 2 laptops. I have my own phone. I have an iPad. I do my own investigation on my own time with my own things. And I found these motherfuckers that have been foul to everybody else, and I've proved their frauds. I've proved a lot of shit. And they don't like that. They don't like that. They want to come out here. They want to scam people. They want to harass people, but they don't want to be accountable or admit what they do. They don't want to have any kind of accountability for themselves. Alan's been with me through everything. He's seen it all. He used to be friends with a lot of the same people. He made his own choices.
Right. Well, I'm new to all of this, so I guess I'm in here with y'all. So
I appreciate it, but I'll tell you what, for your peace of mind, seriously, like I appreciate you joining, but for your peace of mind, you just keep doing you. I would strongly suggest blocking these people. Make sure you don't have any personal information out there. And if what I tell everybody all the time, I'm like, if anybody doxes you, doxes your family, all they're doing it for is a scare tactic and a control. 3 years they've been posting the photos of my house and shit, my address, my phone number. I blocked the calls. Nobody's ever shown up. Nobody's gonna show up.
the only thing that they might be able to find on my TikTok. I don't mix. You'll never see my real name on TikTok.
Keep it that way.
I don't put my real name on TikTok. But the only other thing they might find is my Snapchat. And that's only because my Snapchat goes by the same name as my TikTok, but even my real name is not on my Snapchat. So
make sure your locations are turned off. Make sure they're not linked to any other accounts.
Right.
They'll look for, like you said, I mean, let's be honest, half of the tricks that I learned about online shit, I learned from them. I saw them doing it. I saw them doing it to me and other people. So I just stepped it up again.
I enjoyed it, but I'm going to have to jump off of here. I got to be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm on Pacific Coast time, so I forget
I'm on,
sometimes people
Central right now, so it's 10:45 here right now.
It's all good. It's all good. Like I said, I appreciate you jumping in and joining.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed y'all. I enjoyed talking to y'all, and we'll do it again sometime.
Right on. Hey, have a good night.
Thanks. Night, guys.
Have a good one. Oof. I'm just showing up at my door. That was a good long walk.
I'm gonna try to go on camera, but I'm outside. It's dark.
Let's see. I think. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to remove that thing behind me.
To go live.
Got you. Well, I just figured since it's I knew it was around the year anniversary of when all the shit started. And since Nikki felt the need to insert herself into gay business today again, when we don't want her. Nikki, if you think you're wanted by anybody in the gay community, not the LGBTQIA plus community, the gay community, the men that are